Well, hey, what's up? Welcome back. It is January 1st, 2021. Can you believe it? 2020 is over. It's a new year, brand new, fresh start. Like I do every year, I always go back and review the video I put out right at the beginning of the year, exactly a year ago, and kind of review some of the goals that I had and let you guys know how my progress went. Did I accomplish the goals I had? Did I miss them entirely? Did I completely change directions? And then I always set 5 new goals for the next year. So I'm only going to spend a minute or so talking about the goals I had last year, and then I'll get into this coming year. But last year, 2020, it was run 2,000 miles, get a Hard Rock and Western States qualifier by mid-year, start an online running team, upload 50 YouTube videos, and upload 25 podcasts. And with all my goals, I just like to make sure that they are completely within my control, or as completely within my control as possible. I don't really like setting goals that rely on other people. I like to make sure that if everything falls apart around me, I can still accomplish the goals that I set out to accomplish at the beginning of the year. And we're going to kind of talk about that because one of them, I didn't really realize it, but it was dependent on everything else going around me. So the first goal, run 2,000 miles. I did accomplish this. I ran just over 2,300 miles, and this was a lofty goal. I had never even come close. The most miles I had ever ran in a year prior to this year was 2018. I ran just over 1,500 miles. I come from a triathlon background, which was like a lot of running, but not as much as someone who was strictly a runner. And so every year I've kind of been building up. I set out kind of at the beginning of the year, just kind of quietly, just with myself. I was just like, I'm going to see how many days in a row I can run. And that just really kicked off this amazing training that I've been able to really carry throughout the whole year of 2020. I've been pretty much injury free. Like I've had some small injuries here and there, but nothing that stopped me from running. I ran 297 days in a row. Right before that all ended with the No Business 100. My year-end Strava report said I ran 353 days out of the year. So that's only leaving a few days here and there that I didn't run. So this was the best year of running I've ever had in my life. And a lot of it had to do with being shut down and working from home, because I was able to work on a totally different schedule, and I was able to get my runs in at better times of the day, parts of the day that I was much more motivated to go run. So a lot of bad things happened this year, but it was also the best year of running in my entire life. And the second one was to run a Western States and Hard Rock qualifier by mid-year. Obviously that didn't happen. I was trying to get that done at the Cruel Jewel, but everything was canceled. So both of these races have actually rolled their qualification years out for another full year. And the third goal I had last year was to start an online running team. And I didn't really know what this was going to look like. It was kind of just, in my video last year, I even said, I have no idea what this is going to be, but I just want to start an online community of people that are like-minded to come and share stories and get advice and just to build community. And I actually did this, and it's been really, really cool so far. Those of you that are on the Discord server, thank you so much for joining. There's over 200 people. I think it's getting close to 300 now, and it's just such a great place. There's a bunch of different chat rooms for people to get into, and people are getting to know each other and getting advice. We're like sharing stories about races. We're sharing our pictures from the runs from today or yesterday or whatever. We're talking about gear, and it's a great place to be. I also started a Strava run club. I'm going to link both of these down below in the description so that you can join these two if you want. And the Strava run club is really cool too, because we can see like how many miles we all ran this past month or this past year, and it's going to keep growing and keep building. So that's something that I'm really proud of, and something that has been just really fun to honestly myself just be a part of this year. Fourth goal was to upload 50 videos, and I pretty much blew this one out of the water. This year I uploaded 80 real YouTube videos, and then I also started live streaming, and I live streamed 32 episodes of the Tuesday Night Live show. So that's pretty cool. Totally did not expect this one to really kind of blow up the way it did, but I found my groove and I was able to keep uploading, and the live streams have really taken off, and they're such a fun place to be on Tuesday nights. And the last goal I had for 2020 was to upload 25 podcasts. And while this one didn't really meet the criteria to the letter, I still see it as a win because I was able to focus all that energy that I was going to put into the podcast into the Tuesday Night Live streams, and it's been a whole lot of fun. And being able to repurpose those shows into the podcast so that people can listen to them on just their MP3 players or their iPods or whatever as they're running. It's just been a really great thing in my opinion, and something that I am still proud of. Even though it wasn't 25 specific podcast episodes, I'm still happy with how it turned out. All right, now let's get to the fun part. Let's talk about 2021 goals. I've done my best to pick 5 goals that I feel like are pretty much completely in my control, but I will admit that there's still one that is not. There's one that relies on other people, but I want to put it out there because I think we are turning the corner on this, and I feel like things are going to start getting back to normal soon, so I'm going to just put it out there. But let's start with number 1. It's another mileage goal, and this year I want to up it to 2,500 miles. I picked 2,500 because that will force me to average about 200 miles a month. But within there, I want to run 1,000 miles and gain 300,000 feet of vert before the Cruel Jewel in May. And that is going to be a tough one. I'm going to have to make sure that I am putting in a lot of work before Cruel Jewel. And I feel like by running 1,000 miles and getting 300,000 feet of vert, I will set myself up to at least have a hard day at Cruel Jewel instead of an impossible day at the Cruel Jewel. And then also, if I can complete this, it will check the box for Western States and Hard Rock so that I don't have to worry about it after the month of May, and I can just focus on whatever else I want to focus on. The second goal is pretty ambitious. I'd like to upload 150 videos in the year 2021, and I want to also continue the live streams. So the live streams would be on top of that 150 videos. So of course, you can do the math. That equals an average of 3 videos a week plus a live stream. So that's what I'm shooting for. Third goal is that I want to continue to develop my brand. And this is kind of one that's a little more abstract. Like, I'm not really exactly sure what this means, but there are some concrete goals that I have within here. I feel like my brand kind of has like 3 or 4 different parts. Like, there is the YouTube part, there's the documentary part, there's the online coaching, and then there's like the audio contracting. And I kind of want to put that all together, maybe, but also maybe keep some of it separate. I've kind of mentioned before that I'm trying to develop a logo for like my YouTube side of the brand, and keep like the Ryan Clayton Productions to be more of like documentary work. And so the first concrete goal within this broader goal of develop the brand is that I want to open the merch store, and we're going to do that when we hit 10,000 subscribers. I'm really excited about that. I'm working on like logos and t-shirt ideas, so that's going to be really fun. The other part of it is that I'm going to develop the coaching side of it, and I'm going to put together some training plans, and they're going to be on Training Peaks. And then I'm also, for those of you that aren't on Training Peaks, don't use that, I'm going to develop like a PDF version of it or something like that. That's really maybe all you want right off the bat, is just a taste of the training plan and what it entails, and maybe all you want is a simple like mileage goal. And so I'm going to be working on several different plans and be putting those out there as well. That's really exciting, and that's coming soon. Fourth goal for 2021. This is the one that I said kind of relies on other people. And this may or may not have to do with running, but it is, I want to find a compelling story and create a documentary about it. Go film it, go release it. Since I've released a bunch of the documentaries, the one on Camille Herron and Western States, like a couple of the race documentaries for OPSF and the whole Triple Crown series, I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask if I want to document their race or their story or their journey. And all of these stories honestly are really compelling, but I want to find something that is just like, that really, really excites me and is a story that I feel like I have to tell. And so I'm out there searching for it right now. But that's the one that definitely does have to do with other people. So I'm kind of hoping things get back to normal soon. Fifth goal for 2021 is something maybe you didn't see coming. During this year, I'm going to be working on a script. I've got a couple ideas that I've kind of been like, mulling over, but I'm going to write a script, a narrative script. This it's kind of like a big thing. Like, it sounds like it's not that big, but there are a whole lot of things that you have to do before you even start writing a script. Like, you have to have a story, you have to have characters, you have to develop backstories, have a journey that these characters are going on. And so this is something that is like a completely different side of my creativity. And I'm really, really excited to start working on this. And so by the end of 2021, I want to have a finished script, and it'll probably be like a short film. Like, it's not going to be like a feature-length movie or anything like that, but something around like the 20 to 30 minute range. And like I said, that might not sound like something that's that huge, but there is a lot that goes into writing a script. So there we go. That's it. Those are my 5 goals, the things that I am going to be focused on and working towards in 2021. A lot of it has to do with YouTube. Some of it does not. Most of it has to do with myself. Like I've said, I've tried to stick to things that rely completely on me and myself to accomplish, but I couldn't resist putting some things on there that have to do with other people because they're just things that I'm really passionate about. So I hope that you have had a great New Year's Day. And I hope that you have also set some goals, because I think that is a really great way to grow and to track your growth over time, and to go back and look at the goals that you set a year ago and see if you accomplished them. And not in a positive or negative way, but just as a way to kind of just observe how you are going through this life. I hope that this video maybe inspired you to set some lofty goals that you don't know if you can actually accomplish. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a safe New Year's Day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.